Thank you guys so much for joining us today. SunPsychic Jean is with us. What's up, Jean?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Shane. I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, doing wonderful. I want to make sure you're just as loud as me. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, you guys.
Testing,
So,
testing.
so I need to turn me down just a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
So, before we get started, we're going to be doing live readings today, guys. So, if you have your questions, it helps us if you put it in caps so I can read it and it'll stand out. And we'll have Jean do some live readings today on the show. But before that, she's uploaded some new videos that she's going to talk about. I have the links to those videos below in the description box, so you can go check them out. But give us a little highlight, Jean, because you had some people that were nice enough to share their sessions.
Yes, yes. Some of my clients had just an amazing experience. And as you all know, this is all new to me as well. And you see my reaction when certain information comes through that she can validate. And my jaw is just open, like the facial expressions that I'm making throughout the entire thing. It's quite amazing. We actually had somebody's loved one show up on the video right over her shoulder,
Wow.
and I was amazed, and it looked like it was behind
Certain
her, and she
information
said
comes
over
through.
there, and when she put her hand up, the light was actually in front of her, going right to her heart.
Wow. And you can see that on the video. Which one is that?
That is the Sylvia Beautiful Love Story.
Very nice. So that's linked below in
Yes.
the description, guys. Go check out that whole thing. And then what's the other? Was there more of that session you wanted to share, or what was the other one about? So
Uh,
much, huh?
yeah, I don't want to give it all away, but it was validation after validation. And this woman's reaction was just as amazing as the information that was coming through. She said that she's been waiting for years to be able to connect with this loved one, and she's been wondering, and it is just such a beautiful connection, and it's really a beautiful love story. So um, there's another video that I did, and I'm just trying to see if I can make this bigger. Um, it's called The Ghost of the Lady in Black. And this is a friend of mine who I saw at a wedding over the summer, and explained to him that I was just a budding psychic and psychic medium. And he actually knew me back when I had that ghost in my house. I don't know if you remember me
Oh
telling
yeah,
you about that
on Paranormal
story.
Frequencies. Yeah, I do remember that with me and Sherry. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was walking around dazed and confused back then, 20 or 25 years ago, he was the one who helped me by saying that he actually saw ghosts in his house too, and his whole family did and stuff, and really helped to calm me down when I had that experience. And we always had a special connection. So when I told him I was a psychic and medium, and doing it online and stuff, and he said, well, do you ever, he said, we still have those ghosts hanging around my family's house. He said, do you ever do anything like that? And I said, well, I don't know. Let's try. Let's see. Let's try it and see what happens. And it is really amazing, the validations that come through. And these two, well, his was one of the ones that I did when early on when I was just first starting. Um, it was like back in September, and I think I had only started. Well, you know my story, and so that was early on, and you could see the shock and amazement on my face. It was just, even now, you see me actually I found out the name of that being. He's Kirk. Let me just read it. I have it written down over here because I tell so many people. It's Cernunnos instead of Cernunnos. I was pronouncing it wrong, and I found actually Dave gave me a video,
Oh, Dave
and
Mott. Perfect.
yes, yes,
We actually
he
have a
gave.
question from Dave Mott. So, but back to this the session you were talking about with the ghost in the black dress. Is that the title of that one?
It's called The Lady in Black. Yeah,
The
Ghost
Lady
of
in
the
Black.
Lady in Black.
Okay.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
man, that sounds exciting. So, Both of those links are below, so you can go to. I've also got a link to her channel as well, but you can go to those videos directly and check them out. We actually have a question from Dave. He's in the chat right now, so this is perfect timing, synchronicity, right? He says,
Yes.
I've been talking to Spirit lately. I feel they have a message for me, and I bought a Shungite donut shaped necklace. I can feel its energy. I'm just wondering if Jane could shed any light on the Shungite.
Okay. Sure. Well, I can tell you my opinion, or I can tap into my guides. I would like to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, what's your
So
opinion first?
let me. Okay. Shungite is a grounding stone, and it absorbs energy, and it's very grounding and helps you to center your energy. So
It
what
looks
I
like this,
do,
actually. Here.
yeah,
I actually put this on
yeah.
today. I haven't wore this in months, but that's funny, Dave, that you. So I just put it on today. Here we are, talking about it.
That, yeah, that's amazing. So I usually hold on to like selenite or the white crystal when I'm doing readings and
hmm
stuff. And then after I'm done my readings, if you hold on to a darker stone, this is labradorite, and I also have black onyx as well. So, and this, I mean, it's any type of a deep, dark stone that would absorb energy and help you to ground. Um, yeah, but let me tap in and see what my guides have to say about this particular shungite. Shungite is, I think, only found in certain parts of the world, maybe in uh, Eastern European type of area, I believe. But it is it's a very special stone. Hang on one second.
Just one sec. Let's see.
He's sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
So what I was getting in the very beginning was that it was to help uh, balance his energy and to blend the higher energy and bring the higher energy down to this frequency that's around him that he's aware of. So it not only grounds him in this human incarnation, in his human existence, but it also helps to ground the energies that are up and around here, flying around him, and in the ethers and in the different dimensions. It will help to ground and to center them as well.
That's
So
awesome.
that was a good call.
Yeah, and I think when I got this, it said it could also offer some healing energies too, or help balance you and create a more, I guess, harmonious balance in your energies to create, more of a healing atmosphere, I guess. How can that
I
work
think it
indirectly?
absorbs any type of negative or imbalances. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we have one from Yvonne. Yvonne wants to know, does my son's grandmother, Teresa Perez, have a message for him? So,
Hi,
can we,
Ivana. How are you?
Yvonne, can we have your son's name too? That might be, just first name is good enough. But yeah, this is for Yvonne's, let's see, her son, and the grandmother is Teresa. See if Teresa has a message.
Um, just so you know, Shane, your chat isn't on the top of your YouTube video, like it
Oh,
usually
it's not.
scrolls on the top.
Let me see if I can make it pop up there. Okay, I'll try to add it. I don't think this one. I think because we're on Zoom. Was it on last time we were on Zoom? I think.
I think so.
Okay.
Teresa
And the sun is Noah.
is
A
okay.
message for Noah.
She's showing me that he is he's a good kid. He has an amazing heart, and that he is having normal um, uh, daily, not daily, but like struggles or hurdles or situations or uh, learning opportunities is what I like to call them, and that he may not know his direction right now. She shows me that he's sort of torn in different directions, maybe his interests, maybe his obligations, maybe his job, and he's not really finding his center and himself. Um, and his grandmother is suggesting that he spend some time just in his own thoughts and not on his phone so much, and sort of like if he's driving in the car to work or to school. I don't know. I don't even know his age. I'm assuming he's a young adult, but that instead of having the music on in the car, turn the music off and just listen to his thoughts. Um, he may want to journal. I know a lot of young kids don't journal, but he may want to try and write a book or not. And I know that's a big ask, but like just start writing something. Start um, to record something. Start maybe doing videos of his own, like chronicling his lifestyle or something. Just something that he can focus and tell a story and get out his experiences, because he just seems to be a little bit in a whirlwind and kind of pulled in different directions and doesn't know where he fits into all of this. You know, his getting to know himself better.
She's saying Noah is 7 and has no phones, but does he spend a lot of time on devices or other things like that?
Maybe he's just distracted in different directions.
Right, because a lot of 7-year-olds can be, on a device of some sort, spending a lot of time. Yeah.
And she's saying just quiet time, and I would have him write a story. I would have him write a letter. Have him write a letter to her. Have him write a letter to her.
That's a great idea.
Let him know that she's watching over him. Hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's see. A big hello to everybody in the chat. Yeah, I don't see how I can get the chat up there while we're on the fly here. I'll mess things up. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem. No
Okay.
problem.
Hi, Vibin, and let's see. You had a question, I think. Didn't you have a question last time we didn't get to? You can post it again if you did. Dave says, I have Cernunnos. Is that the name you said earlier, the character? Cernunnos on
Uh,
video and still shots, along with my animals and spirit guides. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Shane. No problem.
yeah.
Oh, actually, High Vibin 888 says, I had a reading with Jean a couple of weeks ago, and I had all my questions for my guides answered. I was blown away with her abilities. That's awesome.
It was an amazing experience. And thanks for sharing that high vibe. And I wasn't sure. Everything is confidential until I get permission from
Right.
the client. So if she's sharing it, then yeah, it was a so her name is so appropriate because the energy that was flying back and forth over the Zoom that we were on was just amazing, really very magical and very high vibrational. And um, just our guides were just really mixing, and it was overwhelming for both of us. The energy that was coming through and the synchronicities and the connections.
Right.
She's an amazing individual. Have you seen her YouTube video
I
of her
have.
drawings?
No, I don't think I have. No. Well, maybe it was, if it wasn't you, High Vibin, maybe it was Alva. Maybe? Was Alva in the chat last time? Seems like Seems like it was one of you guys. Um, hey, Pretty Dark. Yeah, if you guys have questions for Jean, just put them in all caps to make it easy, make it stand out for us. And let's see here. Okay,
Yeah.
here's one that I almost missed. Let's see, Sweet Little Witch says, Hi there, can you tell me what is preventing my Kundalini from awakening? I've meditated on it and cleared past karmic debts for decades now, trying to open my Kundalini. See if we can tap in for Sweet Little Witch.
I'm just connecting to her guides. I know this long pause is not um, fun to watch, but I'm just connecting to her guides to see if what they can say about this. What I'm getting is they're saying that you may be trying too hard. You may have higher expectations of what this experience may be like for you. Not everybody has an earth-shattering, um, life-altering type of experience. Um, it can be subtle. It can just be a shift for you. It can be you could already be in a higher um, frequency so that your experience wasn't so different for you. Some people who are very unaware and inexperienced may have a very life-changing type of experience when when they have this. And for you, it may have just been more subtle. Let me see if they're telling me that the embodiment of your spirit, that you have this and you have this spiritual connection that you carry with you in this incarnation, and it's blended. Some people don't have the spirit inside of them. Ooh, you may have been born this way. Wow. You may have been born with this knowing, with this embodiment, and not have to have the huge shift. Don't compare yourself to others. Trust your own experience. Trust your own knowing. That's nice, sweet little witch. You were born this way.
And that's nice for all of us to know, really trusting our intuition at the end of the day. Hey, John Benny's here. What's up, John? And
Hi, John.
we figured it out. High Vibin 888. I was confusing with, let's see, where's the other one here? High Vibe Works. High Vibe Works. Thanks for being here, and I'm sorry for confusing you. Let's see if we have a message for High Vibe Works. That's the person I guess we left hanging maybe last time.
Okay, so she just wants a message from her spirit guides?
Yeah, just a general message, I guess. Any message for me, question mark? High Vibe Works.
Sure. But this entire community has high vibrations, I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely.
My gosh. Amazing experiences. You guys are all on the evolutionary forefront for sure. You're the way showers, and you're the star seeds. You're the light workers. If you're here and you're in this community, oh, she has angel. Sorry, it scares me. Sometimes it just pops in. I don't mean to scare you guys. I saw her as like an elemental, like in like an angel in this earth realm, like in a different dimension. Sort of like wow, you've been here before in different forms. You've been here before in different dimensions. You wanted to come here in this incarnation, in this dimension, to help raise the vibration for Gaia, for Gaia's evolution. And because you've been in the elemental world before and love Gaia so much, I wonder if she loves the rock people, tree people, and plant life. Just all that. Oh, that's beautiful. We have to figure out a way to get a camera inside my third eye, because it's just amazing what they're showing me. And it just popped right in.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
High
awesome.
Vibe Works.
High Vibe Works. Okay, let's go to Doug. Doug Frenner. Doug wants to know, let's see, I see 1111 all the time. Could be watching the channel. No, I'm just playing. And other numbers. His question is, are my spirit guides trying to send a message I'm not picking up on? Question mark. Are they trying to pick, or, I like to think of it as signposts, but could there be something deeper there with the 1111 for Doug?
Well, what I can ask your spirit guide specifically, Doug, what they're trying to tell you, but what I've had this question many times before, and what my guides have told me was this is your indication that you're on your spiritual journey, that you're on the ascension path, and that you are are part of the light worker type um, energies, that you are being reminded, because a friend of mine had an amazing reading and or channeling or download, and she said her guides told her it's not only that the veil is thinning for us or for the spirits to come through, but our vow of forgetfulness that we had coming into this lifetime, into this incarnation, is also lifting. So our forgetfulness is lifting. So this 1111 is our awakening, is our remembering. They're saying, remember, remember, remember why you came here. Remember that we're here supporting you. Remember us. Remember that you're connected to us, because all of the programming and the situations in the last, I don't know, several hundred years has removed all of that from us. And they're asking us to remember, because this is going to be the new energy here on this planet, that we're living a combined, blended life with the spirit and the human existence. This is the way it was always intended to be. And the 1111 is remember. Just remember who you are. Remember that we're here. Remember where you came from. Remember that your mission. Remember that there's hope. Remember that there's light, you know. Let me see if there's anything specifically for you, Doug, that is not of that same. I just would like to tune in for you.
Yeah.
And you feel like, is there something I'm not hearing? Is there something I'm not getting? Doug Frenner. Connect with the guides for Doug Frenner and ask for a message from his guides. Remember your heart center. Remember your heart space. Be kind to yourself. He has goodness in his heart. Focus on the high vibrational energies. You can begin a practice of meditation, and you don't have to sit on a pillow and, sit cross-legged or anything. You can just go outside and go for a walk and let your mind wander. You may already do this. They're just saying whenever you're ready to attempt connection, either through a meditation or through automatic writing or through, you can even use your pendulum, because a pendulum will give you answers. A pendulum will give you direction. A pendulum will build that confidence and trust, and that it is real. They are, this is specifically for you, and it is happening to many others. And that, remember your mission. Your mission is love.
Absolutely. As it is for many of us. We totally can resonate with a message like that. Let's see.
Oh, you fixed it, Shane. Good
Yeah, I
job.
figured out how to add it to this one. Okay. We have
That's
Eddie.
easier for me. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Eddie wants to know, do I have any connection to Cernunnos? Cernunnos? How do you say that again? I forgot
It's
this.
Cernunnos is how the gentleman on the video was pronouncing it.
Okay.
Cernunnos.
So Eddie wants to know if there's a connection he has with the Cernunnos, or other than that, do you have any messages for him?
Okay, and it's Eddie.
Eddie R. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for the first, I don't know, and Dave will let you know, I was mispronouncing it, and I was telling this story on other people's shows and on my channel, and I was calling it Cernunnos because it looks like that, but in the Celtic pronunciation, it's best known as Cernunnos, even though it doesn't look like that. It looks like Cernunnos to me, and I sometimes still call it Cernunnos. That's why I struggled to go over and look at that. But let me see if Cernunnos is connected to Eddie R.
Okay.
Wow, wouldn't it be amazing if we have a nice little pod of people connected to Cernunnos here? Let me check with Eddie R's guides and have them help me. Eddie R, they are telling me that you had a lifetime back when Cernunnos was a folklore, that people may have seen him or had sightings of him, or um, talked to other people in the town about seeing an image that looked like Cernunnos. And when Cernunnos was able to come closer to this dimension and show himself and interact, they're saying that you had a lifetime during this period where it was more accepted and known as the folklore, and when people would appreciate and have ceremony and give offerings and give thanks, because Cernunnos takes care of the time between the just before the solstice, when the days are the darkest, and he takes care of all the forest life and energies. They would give offerings. And this is before that he was a beloved energy. And this is before other religions would adopt his likeness and turn him into negative energy type of stories. He was compromised and manipulated and taken away from the people who cherished him and who honored him and who gave thanks to him. And you were part of these people that knew of his existence and showed him the respect. So he is known to you. That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. Let's see. A question from Andy. I'm trying to get his brother's name. Let's see if he responded yet. Andy wants to know if there's any message from my brother who passed away 10 years ago. I think is what it said. Yeah. So this is for Andy.
Okay, and you're going to tell me his name. I'm going to start to connect with Andy's guides and see if I can connect that way.
Thanks for that question, Andy.
And Andy's screen name is just Andy?
Andy, I'm sorry, let me scroll here.
Only because I'm having trouble connecting without.
Andy Blick. And it's spelled like it's a guy, Andy, A-N-D-Y, Andy Blick. And Andy's brother's name was Chris. Thank you, Andy. Eddie says that resonates with him. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that.
Cool. It does take a little bit longer to do mediumship and to ask for the spirit guides. Spirit messengers is what we call them, to come forward with a message. The spirit guides are a little more accessible, if that makes any sense. So it'll take me another minute to get.
Oh, no problem. That makes perfect sense. Let's see here.
Would you mind? I don't know. I know there's a little bit of a delay. Is there any chance you can ask Andy if Chris had curly hair? Sort of like, I don't know, like puffy, bushy, curly hair.
Okay. I'll let you know when he responds.
Mm-hmm. It's just because, you know, I'm searching for these guys and I'm asking him to come forward. And somebody raises their hand and says, you know, I just need some sort of validation. It's just,
Understandable.
I'm asking him for some validating information. I'm asking my guides to ask the spirit messenger, Chris, to provide some validating information for Andy. I'm going to try a different approach. He seems to be a little quiet, a little reserved, and not very willing to come forward with a lot of information.
Andy's saying, yep, his hair was a little that way, wasn't straight. I am in New Zealand, if that helps.
Mm. Testing my abilities. Space and time has no
Right.
has no effect here, but my goodness. He's very quiet. I see glimpses of his energy. I see glimpses of him. I don't hear him saying anything. He's showing me very quick flashes. I don't, I mean, I don't know if they even had pop rocks back then, but he showed me like some crunchy candy, and he's showing me like, I don't know if he wore like a sleep mask or something that covers his eyes, maybe dark sunglasses. Um, he's not, I don't hear him saying anything. So he's just kind of flashing little tidbits. And then I have a different technique that I tried. I'm trying to blend with his energy for Andy. He's showing me feathers. It's very random. It's very, not anything too solid. He's showing me a chef's hat, sort of like, the kind that you would see at like a pizza place or something that is a little cartoonish, where there's a little man with a dark mustache and a white chef's hat and one of those little scarves on and a white chef's uniform. And I'm just saying what I'm getting in case any of this resonates, because he's not really saying anything. He's just showing me different. Chris, do you have a message for Andy? He's just saying that he's doing well. He's like, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Don't worry about me. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. Everything's all right. He does hang out with the family. He's not missing out on any events, family events or celebrations. Now he's showing me a fox, and this fox is a little bit cartoonish, and it's a female fox, and she's really pretty. So I don't know if he thinks that a female friend of yours is pretty, or if that makes any sense. I mean, I just am going to say what I see. And if there's any validations, Andy, if you could let us know. But he is quiet. He is reserved. He does seem a little far away. He's not right up front. I don't know if you just thought about it or if you thought about it before coming onto the show. Sometimes, like, they're all waiting here, and it seemed like I had to go pretty far to go to pick up on his energy. but he's not really saying anything to me. Sometimes they don't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get a symbol, or can you give me like a shared memory or so the pizza doesn't mean anything. The chef with the, anything around restaurants or his favorite food or why he would be showing me this image.
We'll see if he leaves
Hmm.
a comment for that. That's interesting because that's pretty specific, you know.
Yeah, I'm not, he's really distant. He's not really coming forward and interacting and giving me impressions or feelings other than he's okay
Mm-hmm.
and that he's around the family. But he must have been a man of few words. I'm sorry, I can't get anything more.
Oh, it's okay. Let's see. We have a question from Anne Cedarview. Anne Cedarview. Her question is, I have to move in a month. Will I be able to get my own house or have to rent again? Let's see if you can connect in with Anne's guides. Anne Cedarview.
Sure.
Thank you for the question, by the way, Anne. Appreciate it.
I'm going to clear a little bit because I feel like my energy is still out there searching for it. Bring my energy back in. All right, and it may be something like a rent to buy situation, or you may have to rent just for a little bit longer, like kind of move twice before you get to buy. It it it's and it may just be temporary until the house is ready or until the house is on the market, or like you may just rent month to month until, but I don't see you going right into a purchase. And it's a timing thing. It's not the ability or the availability or the um, possibility, if that makes any sense to you. It's just the timing.
There's always divine timing to think about, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. Okay, that was for Anne. Um, let's see, Dana, the Conscious Evolution channel. He has a question. Any messages from my? He wants to know if there's any questions from his or messages from his higher self or guides.
Consciousness evolution. Wow. Dana, thanks for your question. Your spirit guides are showing me your immense heart space, your immense heart, your immense heart chakra, your um, kindness, compassion. uh, softness, gentleness. You're saying you've done your work. Oh, you're a leader. You're a leader. You're a way shower. You're a beacon. You're a light shining for others. You help others, assist others. It wasn't always this way, but you had your challenge that you worked through and your lessons that you learned earlier in life. And now you found your bliss. And they're proud of you. They're saying what a good job you're doing. Surrounded by love and sending out love. They said you already know to follow your heart.
I can definitely validate a bunch of that for Dana. He is a
Okay.
beacon.
Yeah, I'm not, unless he has a specific question, that they're just showing me your energy and telling me how good of a job that you're doing and that you've overcome and gotten through your struggle, your lesson, and you almost like took your medicine and paid your dues, and now the sky's the limit. You have carte blanche, and whatever you are excited about doing, whatever you're passionate about doing, is where your success and where your next step will be. Follow your passion. And they said that you know this, you're living this. And um, there'll be pauses and there'll be accelerations, and there'll be pauses and there'll be accelerations. Just trust it. And they're like, sorry, we can't keep the pace at the same pace. And there'll be pauses and accelerations. Yeah, beautiful.
Awesome. Anne says, thank you so much. That makes sense to me. Thank you,
Yeah,
Anne.
you know what? Let me just try one more, if you don't mind. Hang on one second. Let me just try again for Anne. I'm going to use my pendulum if it's okay. Can you guys see it? But I'm going to keep it right here. That'll be better. I'm just going to say, just so that I can have a little more definitive, will Anne buy the next dwelling she'll be living in? No. So will Anne buy the after she rents the next place, will she buy the very next place? They're saying no. All right, I'm not being clear enough. Once Anne moves to her rental, will she purchase her next home? I don't know if you can see that. It's hard. It's hard for me to. It's very, very subtle. I mean, see if I can pull it up a little bit more. Will, after Anne moves to her next rental, will she purchase her next home? And north and south is a yes, and it's going pretty good. Yes. And that's just validating the information. Wow, look at it swing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a
Good
big
job,
yes.
man. Sorry. I mean, you will have, and it almost seems like you'll be in like a temporary housing while the house is getting finished or whatever time frame it needs that you have to wait for. So, yeah,
Back
that's good.
to
I'm glad.
back to
Mhm.
Andy, who we were trying to contact. Chris, he says, regarding my brother, thank you. What is interesting is I did write something about him, but it's not posting. Can't validate much of what came through. He was a quiet person who meditated a lot. Okay. So I guess he was trying to do a little real time talking to us and it wasn't coming through for a little bit. Let me go up here. Hope you made it to the live. Welcome.
Hi,
Okay.
everybody. Yeah, Shane, I have a couple of more readings posted on my channel, and it's SunPsychic Jean. Shane has my link there, but they're shorter videos. And I actually had contact with Nikola Tesla came through for one of my clients. And that intimidated me to no end because I have no knowledge of scientific at all. But it ended up not being about that. So it's very intriguing. It's a really short little 10-minute video, but it was interesting. And this same client had the energy of Einstein also come through for her, and I have that in a separate video. And it's just been really amazing. So if you guys want to go and check that out, I think you'll really like it. You guys will really understand it and appreciate it, I think.
That's perfect. Yeah, and those of you that came in a little bit late, we discussed some of our newer videos, and those are linked below, as well as just to her channel. I'm trying to find our next question. I believe, sorry if I skipped anybody. I think this is it from Hope Barron. Hope Barron's question is, are there any spirit beings that we could call on for help on Earth at this time? Good question. Thank you, Hope. Hope Barron.
Yeah. One of the quickest ones that I can think of that popped into my mind is Archangel Michael, and he's a protector and um, has a presence here and is a protector for humanity, and is able to be called upon, but they you really just need to call upon them. The angels and the spirits need you to ask and to call upon them, and you can just have it as a something that you recite every morning, or once a day, something like that. And you can say, I had a teacher once tell me that to say, when you do call in your angels and your guides and your protector, some protective energy come in, you can say, even when I forget, on the days that I forget to ask, I want you to come and protect me. Yeah, so Archangel Michael is a good one. And you have guardian angels as well, like life that come in with you in this lifetime. And you can just ask for your angels, just by general name, just angels, please come and protect me, watch over me while I sleep, protect me in my car. You can also use your own uh, divine spark energy to put an energy field around you of like a white light or a bubble or an egg. And this is a really good energy to use for safety and for protection. And the other one that I think is really interesting is if you have some people who may be a little antagonizing or um, too much in your energy. They say that if you put yourself inside of like a disco ball, they say if it's like a ball of mirrors, but the mirrors are facing out and you're inside the ball. so that anything that is coming at you, or any negativity or any jealousy or any negative energy that is coming to you is blocked and gets bounced back out. But
Awesome.
there's
Doug Frenner says, "Thank you, Jean. I just felt a blast of awesome energy."
good.
Comes
Thanks,
from a little
Doug.
bit earlier. Let's see.
Mhm.
Dave Mott wants to know, could Jean validate one of my guides? She's Peruvian Indian with one big plaited lock of hair down one side of her top half. She's always on my pictures and owls and my animals that have passed. It's interesting. And that's for Dave Mott,
Okay.
a Peruvian
So,
Indian.
so this Peruvian Indian is a female with braided hair. And what was the part about the animals? She's always what with the animals?
She's always on my pictures and owls and my animals that have passed. I'm not sure what he means by on them, but maybe comes around then.
Mm. Okay. And he wants me to tell him about her or get a message from
Validate,
her.
validate one of my
Oh,
guides.
oh, validate. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess wanting to know if this is a guide, this Peruvian Indian woman. It says she's always on my pictures and owls. Not sure about the owls.
I definitely feel a connection. And what I'm picking up on is this may have been you in a past life. That the energy that was you, that was this Peruvian Indian female, is an aspect of you. Wow, Dave, man, you're amazing. Um, that still hangs around. Like you're carrying around some of your past lives. This is why Cernunnos came through. You are carrying around all of your uh, different incarnations and dimensional beings that you've been are sort of like married together in this life. And I've said this before, married together, blended together in this life. If you listen to my recordings, that especially the one that this is what Einstein said, that all of these, sorry, I'm going like this, all of these energies that we used to be, and the energies that we're an aspect of, or that are an aspect of us, are all being blended into this lifetime, into this incarnation, into this dimension. And we're blending all of these. And she's saying, uh, maybe it's just the concept, I am you, you are me, we are one. And then I'm not discounting the idea that she could also be your guide at the same time, but she's saying, you are me, I am you. Wow. Dave, we're going to have a show just with you. That is so far out.
That's amazing.
I hope that doesn't offend you. I mean, I'm sure Dave is way aware, but that's what I got.
That's awesome.
I hope you're open to being a female.
Debbie says, perhaps she can ask if one of his guides is available or his higher self. I think she might be talking about Chris because that was a while ago, and I think he was a little difficult to connect to. And we also
Yeah.
want to stick with like next of kin rather than, a celebrity or someone that's not very close to you because we want to reserve that for. That's why we haven't really called on Eileen or anything like that, Diane. Uh, okay. Conscious. Let's see. You're awesome, Gene. He says, dead on with
Oh,
your message was perfect. I was being open to anything that they wanted to say.
oh, thanks, Dana.
Let's see. And he's moving back to the mountains. Woohoo. Sounds exciting. Yeah, I definitely know your heart, brother. Let's see. Okay, and Cedar View is waiting for some more money. That's probably why it's going to be on hold. The money will come through later. Sweet Little Witch says, my mother passed 6 months ago. Might you have any messages from her, please, and thank you. And that is Sweet Little Witch. And thank you for all you do. Thank you so much for the
Oh,
question.
you're welcome. Is there, I mean, I can try and connect to her mother, but if she has a name, she could pop it in there.
Okay.
All right, 1 second.
No problem.
The Peruvian queen is still here. It is really I haven't had difficulty disconnecting as much as I've had here for some reason. My energy still goes, but I'm calling my energy back here. And now, sweet little witch's mother. She's appearing to me in her night clothes, so I'm not sure if she was seems that she may have lived a longer life and being elderly and maybe in a hospital or a home towards the end of her life where she wore her night clothes most of the time. Towards the end, she does seem petite. She's saying she's not that way anymore. She's back to herself when she had her hair done and wore the sporty clothes. She's saying, "Don't remember me like that. Remember me when I was younger and traveling and vital." She said, "We were able to do much more back then." She said, "Things were much slower." Do you have a message for sweet little witch? Mm. She said, "You're a sweetheart. You're a beautiful daughter." She doesn't like you using the term witch. She understands it. She said you're not like that. Not like that at all. Like she wouldn't use that term to describe you. She's saying you're a sweetheart. She wants to thank you for what you've done for her, taking care of her, taking care of things. She said she's having fun where she is. I don't know if she's showing me like a casino. I don't know if she liked the casinos. She's having fun, like socializing and sort of just being out in the community and mediumship does take a little longer. Sorry, guys.
No problem at all.
She's just saying that she's with a lot of people and they're having a lot of fun. The family is together. She's with loved ones. She's saying, you'll be fine. You're doing well. Hang in there. We're watching over you. Don't doubt. Keep going. You can do this. She's showing me a beautiful image of a woman standing in the grass with the wind blowing, and her dress is blowing, and her hair is blowing, and her hands are sort of behind her, and her chin is tilted up, and she's just feeling the wind on her face. And she said, enjoy it. Enjoy this earth plane. Enjoy the wind on your face. Enjoy the energy of Gaia. Enjoy the life, the breath. It's magnificent. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you.
That's awesome. I missed Ruth earlier, but I jumped back. Ruth Amaya has a question. Whether or not you see any career changes in the near future for her, Ruth Amaya. See what we can tap into for Ruth. Thank you for the question, by the way, Ruth. Lots of love to you.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and use my pendulum because yes, no questions are a little easier for me. 1 second.
No problem.
I have some really good tea. It's chai tea. Oh, love it. Ruth Amaya. Will Ruth Amaya have a career change in the next 6 months? Let me see. What is this? February.
I'll be right back. I'm going to step away for a sec. I'll let you do that.
Will Ruth Amaya have a career change in the next 6 months? Okay. It's saying yes, Ruth. Will Ruth Amaya have a career change by June 2022? It's saying no. Will Ruth Amaya have a career change by July 2022? It's saying yes. It's swinging pretty good. Wow. That is really intense. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That's really crazy. Ruth, they're saying by July. I hope that you know where you're going to be going or what the career move would be. Let me see. Will this career move in July what did I say? Have the highest outcome for Ruth? Will the career change in July have the highest outcome for Ruth? Yes. I'm sorry, you guys can't see it. It's hard. Will the career move in July be a positive outcome for Ruth? It's saying yes. It starts a little weak and then it gets a little stronger. So that may be how the career move goes. Maybe it's a little slower to start, or, and then things even out. Very good.
Perfect. It's good for Ruth. Let's see here.
Got to let us know in July, Ruth.
Okay. Let's see. This one's from Gypsy JJ, my fellow musician friend. Um, Gypsy JJ wants to know, do you see Woodstock 2 being put together this year? Like, do you see a place with land where we can hold the festival? Thank you, Gene. So, yeah, we were talking about, having a big musical festival with lots of light workers that can come, and it's just a big jam fest somewhere, like Woodstock 2.0.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When you said that, the first thing that came to mind, I don't know if you saw the Dr. Stephen Greer did an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
No, I've seen his latest movies and everything, but I haven't seen any interviews lately.
He did an interview. I'll have to send it to you. I sent it to my brother, but they're building a facility, a contact facility for here in Virginia. And
Oh.
I mean, I'm in DC area, but and my mind was blown. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he put a call out for all of these, anybody who's a contractor, who is a builder or an architect that could help them with this facility, and that it's in the works and they're going to do it. And they said they're inviting like 450 like-minded people to come and make the contact. My mind was blown. I'm like, I heard it was going to be this year, but I didn't know it was going to be that fast.
That's awesome.
I'll
Yeah,
have
there's
to
a
send you
lot.
the interview.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah.
it. I try to follow everything that he's got going on.
So, so Gypsy JJ wants to know if there's going to be a Woodstock. Do you mind? I'm going to use my pendulum
Yeah,
because of either or in the future kind of.
it's perfect.
Will there be? You want the event planned this year or happening this year? Will there be a Woodstock-like
Let's say
event?
organized this year, at least. Whether it actually happens this year or the next, I'd say. The venue, the get together, that's the main thing, the planning.
Will there be a Woodstock-like planned event this year? Okay. Will there be planning for a Woodstock-like event for next year? It's very still. Uh, are there plans in place for a Woodstock event in within the next 2 years?
Getting a little movement, huh?
Yeah, that's saying yes, that there are plans in place for a Woodstock. Wow. Wow. That's really getting aggressive here. Very strong swing there. Very nice. Very nice. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's this
I'll
thing
ask a
blows.
follow up question to that since, I kind of know the backstory. What about a venue in Oklahoma? Because I know we have a lot of people in the surrounding area. So, will the venue be in Oklahoma? Let's see if you can come up with something.
Will this Woodstock-like event that's happening in the next few years be happening in Oklahoma? Will Oklahoma have a Woodstock-like event in the next few years? Would Oklahoma be the location of the next Woodstock-like event in the next few years? Saying yes, it's pretty gentle. You get some definite swing going in there.
That's exciting. It's
Yep,
going now.
yep, high, yep, it is. It's really pulling on my finger. Wow, that's cool. That is really cool. This thing just blows my mind, I'm telling you.
That is really
You
cool how that
gotta
works.
you got to test it and trust it and test it, sort of like I say, am I 7 feet tall, and I ask it that every day for a couple of months and just make sure that it keeps giving me the same answer, and other questions, and just from history
Right.
I just really do trust it. It's an amazing tool, and it's so easy to use, and everybody can just carry it in your pocket.
Yeah.
I have one at work too, so
Francisco Ramirez has a question. Any advice from my guide? That's Francisco Ramirez. Thank you for the question, Francisco.
he's very connected to wildlife. He's very connected to the land. He seems to they are around you and they guide you in nature. They're showing me that you go camping like overnight. They're telling me that you have uh, I don't know how I can say this. You have experienced ETs. Oh, he's um He's experienced hybrids, and he has ET energy in his lineage, in his soul history.
Would love to get your feedback on that, Francisco. Have you always suspected something like that? Let's see what he says. Alice says, "Love you, Jean. You're awesome."
Helma, how you doing? Um, they're showing me like when he's camping, when he's camping overnight, and when he's dreaming, sleeping, astral traveling. He works closely with them. May not be in his conscious memory, but he may have a suspicion. I do see him honoring the wildlife. He has a peaceful soul, almost like a indigenous type of energy. He's a man of integrity. He's connected to the animals, that's for sure. They're showing me eagles, they're showing me bear, they're showing me um, like woodland creatures. Sort of like they see him and they recognize him. He sees him and he recognizes them. He almost recognizes their soul. But it's his kindness. And the ET connection. They're guiding. It's almost like he's part of that race that incarnated here as a human, and he checks back with them, updates them. Okay, what else would his spirit guide need to tell Francisco today? He's part of the grid that lights and supports Gaia and is helping her to elevate. I saw him on that web that lights up. It's like little fireflies that kind of connect to each other, and it's all around the world. So he is supporting the ascension for Gaia. He's an important player. Interesting. He's very quiet. He's very retrospective or introspective. He's a thinker. He's a wanderer here. And he likes autonomy, likes to be alone. The confident individual. Do your spirit guides have any specific message for him? Hmm. They're saying trust, believe, be open. And that you're doing good work here. And know that you are making a difference just by being you and by holding that light. That's an immense responsibility. And you don't have to do anything. You may feel the need or the urge to do something, but you don't have to do anything. Just be yourself and shine your light. You're already doing it. You're doing a good job. Oh,
Awesome.
sorry. I don't know where I was looking.
Not in this realm, right? Let's see. Thank you, Dana. Dana says, love and peace to all. So weird. He says, so weird. I wanted to do the festival thing too, but not enough land. Someone said Virginia. That's where I'm moving to. And of course, John Benny says we could do it at East City. I think Gypsy and I were looking at this area because it's kind of like centralized, either an East Coast location. We like to do something, get together on the East Coast as well. But there's quite a few people from the whole Midwest area that could benefit from a Midwest get together. So eventually, I'd like to travel around and do a bunch of them all over because there's musicians all over, and I'd like for all of them to participate too. So let's see. I don't see any more questions here. Do you want to tell us about what you got coming up as far as your shows or whatever? You're coming back here. Let me pull those dates up, because just so people can mark their calendars, because you're going to be back in a few weeks. The 12th of February here, same time of February the 12th,
And
and
then I
then
think
March 5th.
March 5th.
March 5th,
Mm-hmm.
right? Same time
Mm-hmm.
as well. Both Saturdays. So mark your calendar, you guys. And then you're doing stuff on your own channel. Besides uploading these sessions, you're doing some lives as well. I've caught a few here and there. That's
I
awesome.
have. I have. And yeah, it's just taking some questions in the chat and getting a little more practice in. And I think where my deepest work and where my most growth is in individual readings, and High Vibe and 888 will let you know that. But and then those experiences help to improve my skills as well as doing, this type of stuff. But I haven't really set up a regular live on my own channel by myself. I usually have a couple of friends that also do readings with me, and then we'll do them on their channel, and then they'll come on my channel. Um, it's a little intimidating, I tell you, Shane. You have a lot of guts going out there all on your own and talking to the chat.
Well,
It's
if you
it's a
remember
little.
right, I had Jose helping me out in the beginning. That was helpful just to have somebody to chat with while we're doing it, and then other people. So I'm definitely more comfortable with other people too, unless it's going to be an upload. Because then I can, if I lose my train of thought or something, I can just cut it out or something if it's that awful. But I like the lives as well because you're just kind of stuck with it and you won't obsess over all the little things, because I've already probably done things I would have cut out because I stumbled over my words or whatever, if it had been an upload. And then you can some of it's so processed now these days, you can tell they're just chopping out between every line, and it doesn't flow as well, I think. So there's something about the live and the mistakes being left in, because we're all human. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I
Francisco says
just
thanks, many thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Also,
Um,
Ruth says, sorry, I mean to keep disconnecting or interrupting you. Ruth says, I was disconnected for a bit. Did I miss my answer? Yes, you actually did get an answer. You can run it back Ruth. Sorry
They
about
said
that.
a positive career move in July of this year.
Positive career move in July. That's awesome.
So let us know. And that was the pendulum swinging pretty aggressively. Yeah. I do my original, I mean, if you saw my original um video, that my intention was to share the portions of my readings, the private readings, and help, uncover for people who have never had a private reading, who don't know what to expect, who don't know what to ask, or they don't have any loved ones that have crossed over, or and so that they can get to know it a little bit more, and not be as nervous, or it's the unknown that they don't know what to expect. But there's a vast difference in each and every reading as well. Some readings is just pretty much connecting with their loved ones, and then it's over. And some readings are like Dave Mott, who has past life beings coming
Right.
in, and Norse gods coming in. But it's everyone is different, and it's very magical, and it's very moving. And my intention is that it would be what is most healing, most beneficial for my client. That's the information that I want to come through. And it's really been just a blessing. But you know some people don't um, some people don't understand what a reading may consist of. Some people may not have access to a reading. And not only that, but the healing messages that come through that I share may also be healing for somebody else who's listening. So I just want to open that up, share that for so many different reading, for so many different meanings. And doing lives, it takes a lot of my energy. I am still working a full-time job. So
Yeah.
until we get to the warmer weather where the sun's out a little longer, I think I'll be have a little more energy to do this at night. But
Absolutely.
it takes a lot of time, Shane. I tell you, I knew that. I mean, and each and every one of the clients that have come and had private readings with me from this channel have said such beautiful things about you, have said that they have connected with you, with your heart, and that you're such a beautiful soul, and that where would they be without you? And just the whole community here. And I'm telling you, and then they say beautiful things like, you and Shane have such a beautiful rapport together. I say, well, he's done some past life readings with me. For me, he knows me pretty well.
Yeah, I was
I
just
mean,
thinking that when you were talking about the psychic readings, how different each session can be, even within the BQH or QHHT and all that, and how I had my mom come through just watching an Alba Wyman um, reading hypnosis session that she was doing. The lady's mom came through, and I felt my mom come through for me and say those same exact words for me, about how proud she was of me or whatever. So that kind of stuff happens all the time, and but we have to be open to it, and it's hard to believe sometimes because it's so unreal, but it's beautiful when you can realize it's really happening. Because most people get the messages, they just doubt it, right? We have a lot of doubt. You're like, did I really get that? Because it's intuition a lot of times, or just a nudge, which can be very gentle.
well, that's the other reason why I want to post these amazing, um, you know, uh, readings that have happened. It'll knock down that disbelief. It'll knock down that the just and just open up the possibility. I mean, some of these people that I'm reading are in their 70s, and they have such an awakening. They have such, like, you can see the change on their face. It's so beautiful when there's a message that comes through and they're listening, and then they finally get it and they go like, just their face. And then I know I've done my job when they
Right.
so, so it's really neat. So I just really want to share all of that and help as many people as possible by letting other people view it, and also just to take away some of the unknown. You know, there are other psychics on the internet and that are very good. Like Thomas John is one that's really good. John Holland's really good. Can't even think of the other guy's name. He's on the YouTube pretty good, pretty often. And they are like at the top of their game. They are phenomenal mediums, you know.
Right.
And they share bits and pieces of their readings too. And it's very moving. And I think it helps a lot of people. And I think it helps with the awakening.
Oh, yeah.
And
And besides all that, after the sessions, whether it's a BQH or a psychic reading, you'll get like confirmations, little synchronicities that happen after the fact to validate the experience you had that are completely unrelated, but you're like, is that a coincidence or is it a little sign that, what just happened in that session, a little confirmation. So that's always helpful. And they always come. It's like, whether we're distracted or we see them or not.
people email me all the time. They and let me know, oh, you wouldn't believe what just happened.
Right.
Remember when you said this about the red thing? And I'm like, no. But they're like,
Right.
it really, or this one, I'm gonna have this on my channel in the next couple of weeks. A woman, I was reading for her brother, and I said, he's showing me like dirt bikes or four-wheelers, and she's like, no. I said, no, he's showing me like go-karts or something with a loud motor and wheels. And she's like, no, no. So we ended the reading, and like 2 weeks later, she emailed me. She goes, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. She said his best friend when he was growing up, that's all they did was ride four-wheelers. I said,
There it
but
is.
didn't remember that. She was thinking of him older and when he was ill and dying. Like she
Yeah,
didn't
it's
remember
hard to
that
get over
memory
that,
way back.
especially if someone's in hospice or something long term. It's hard to get over that to get to the better memories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
but it's fun when they email you back.
yeah, and it's confirmation to you too that what seemed like a miss wasn't a miss. You just it didn't pop up for you yet, or you didn't think of it at the time yet.
I've learned to trust the guides, and I'm not perfect. I'm not 100%, but when believe me, some of the things that come out of my mouth, and they say, oh my gosh, that means something to me, and I'm like, really? They just,
Right.
oh, this one I have was a woman that had an amazing transformation. For some reason, I felt the need she wanted to connect with somebody. And I said, something about a bag of wind. And I said, I don't know what he's saying. I said, a windbag. And she's like, oh my gosh, my mom used to call him an old windbag. And I said, old fart. And she said, yes, she used to call him an old fart. And why would I say these things?
Right.
Who
Right.
says windbag?
Right.
You know,
But that's pretty
but
specific too. That's amazing.
and it meant something to her and really connected her. And I have it, that's one of the videos I have on there. But it's just, phenomenal, amazing. So it just really gives me confirmation and a lot of trust in my guides. And yeah, not everyone is like that, but it's amazing.
Well, I'm really impressed to see how far you've come, Gene. It's amazing how much you can tap in, and it really is, I think, something that's starting to happen. I know my daughter's been telling me stuff. I want to get her on to share her experiences, but these psychic things that happen, like it just pops out of nowhere for her, and she's like, I just knew all of a sudden, you know what I mean? So I think it's amping up for everybody, and it's just kind of a matter of getting in there and connecting with it. That's why meditation's so good to do right now. So we'll see you back in a couple of weeks. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you want to have a follow up to that?
It's a muscle that you exercise so that
Yeah,
she can do that. Yeah.
yeah, and it helps. This probably really helps when you're getting that constant feedback to see when you're more in tuned, and it probably also helps. You've mentioned it before of like sometimes just saying what you're seeing and not adding too much to it because you might have the wrong idea about what you're being shown and stuff like that. So this is probably great practice to have this interaction like this, huh?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, you guys, we're going to have Gene back with us in 2 weeks, and I see John is releasing a brand new album. Did you say your 86th album, John? Coming up here in like 12 minutes. So if you want to follow the link, you can put it in the description or in the chat box again, John, and people can go over and check that out. I actually have an upload I'm going to be putting out about this doodle behind me, and how I've had something else synchronistically make sense now with Waking the Sleeping Giant. And I've got some footage from my Telegram channel. And I'm going to be posting
Wow.
that a little bit later tonight as well. So a lot coming up. I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks, Jean.
Great.
Lots of love to you guys in
Goodbye.
the chat, and we'll see you next
Thanks,
time.
everybody.
Peace.
See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.